Our recipe tab is an index into our database. It shows all our recipes that we have. It's like a cookbook that you can pull off the shelf and look at all the recipes that you have access to. In looking at the screen here, the far left column is going to be a code, and it's just a unique identifier. Then there's the name of the recipe, the serving size price for the recipe. They'll show an icon for heart healthy and low fat and so on. And then the last column there will give you categories and types that recipe is associated with. You can search through the categories just by clicking on the down arrow, and I could say that I want to see all the salads, and then I click on the search, and it's going to pull up all the recipes that are in the salad category. I could do type, and there's ethnic groups here, just different types you might consider, like vegetarian. Maybe I want to see all the simple recipes, meaning they just use fewer ingredients, and then I can click on search and it'll show those recipes. The icon ones, you can click on that, and let's pick the heart healthy ones to show me all the recipes that are in that category. And I can scroll down to the bottom and it'll give me a legend if you're not quite sure what those icons mean. And then you also can search on a name. So if I want to see all the recipes that have shrimp in its title, I can click on search and it'll give me a listing of those. And you can combine these as well. Maybe I want to see all the salads that have shrimp in its title and click on search. You can add your own recipe if you have a favorite. Just click on new recipe, follow the directions here, and then click submit to Grove Menus. And then we'll take a look at that, make sure it's in the right format, and then you'll have access to it. You also can look at the recipes. So as you see the name there, to the left there is a magnifying glass. I can click on that, and it's going to give me a quick view of the recipe. In this particular area, you can give it a description. And so anything that you type here and save, it'll show up on your daily menu. There's some other things here that you can do, like upload an image of your particular recipe so people know what it looks like after it's done. I can print the recipe then. It's going to open up a PDF file. Every recipe is going to look like this. It'll have the name. It'll have the servings, how many people were serving, and the serving size. It'll scale the ingredients for us. And then to the right, the nutritional facts. You'll see procedures below that. Sometimes you'll see tips. And then the last thing we do is we'll show you special diet instructions, and all our recipes are standard recipes, and then we tell you what you need to do different for that recipe, for that special diet. And we can turn these on and off. There's 11 different ones. Here's just some samples. For instance, diabetic says none, so that means you do not need to change this recipe for someone that's diabetic. This is showing one recipe at a time. If you want to do multiple recipes, it's probably the best way to print recipes is to click on menus in the upper left-hand corner. You come back to your main screen and pick what week you want for your recipes, and I can put a check mark next to each recipe that I'd like to view and print. I'm going to do 2 of these entrees. You can do as many check marks as you want, and then I'm going to click on print recipes, and it'll open up a PDF file, and every recipe that I had check mark will be in my list here. So there's my Philly cube steak and my rosemary roasted turkey. So that is our recipe database, and if you have any questions, let us know.